Let's dive right in. Welcome to This Explainer. I'm your host for Trend Guards, and today we are looking at the confirmed, verified facts of a massive, truly unprecedented shift in the tech landscape. As of today, August 16, 2026, the artificial intelligence ecosystem is fracturing, and it's happening simultaneously across three totally distinct domains. It's hitting global geopolitics, it's hitting the physical infrastructure in our neighborhoods, and it's literally breaking the API software that developers rely on every single day. We're dedicated to absolute authoritative clarity here, so we're going to break down exactly what happened, how we know it, and why it actually matters to you. You know, for the last few years, we've tracked the AI race pretty much strictly as a corporate competition, right? OpenAI versus Anthropic, Google versus DeepSeek. But based on breaking reports today, that era is officially over. The stakes have fundamentally changed. The friction is no longer just confined to humming server racks. It is actively dictating international diplomacy, and it's even triggering physical, kinetic pushback in public spaces.
We're tracking a major geopolitical shift today, sourced directly from internal U.S. State Department memos. It's ushering in a brand new tech era that the media is already dubbing Pax Silica. To really grasp the scale of this, we have to look at the two distinct ecosystems that are forming right now. On one side, you have the U.S. stack, NVIDIA, TSMC, ASML, and the major American cloud providers. On the exact opposite side, the Chinese stack, DeepSeek, SMIC, Huawei, and Alibaba. Up until now, allied and neutral nations, think places like the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, and Brazil, had basically tried to play both sides, using American hardware right alongside Chinese open-weight models. But according to today's reports, the US is preparing to force a binary choice on these nations. Essentially, they have to officially pick a side.
The mandate they are preparing is incredibly strict. Nations and their enterprise companies must completely purge Chinese AI infrastructure from their sovereign networks. The ultimate goal here is to be officially certified as Pax Silica compliant. And the risk of they refuse? Well, they lose access to the US cloud, NVIDIA's Blackwell chips, and the entire next generation of American frontier models. This is, without a doubt, the ultimate weaponization of the AI supply chain. It's enforcing a hard fork in the global internet. Now, neutrally speaking, there is a very real, objective macroeconomic blowback risk to a policy like this. By demanding total allegiance, there's a verified risk that the US might accidentally accelerate the adoption of the rival bloc. Think about it. If it becomes too diplomatically painful or just too expensive for emerging markets in the global south to access American AI, they might just default to highly capable open-weight models like DeepSeek, which frankly come with far fewer geopolitical strings attached. It is a massive diplomatic gamble. Today, verified reporting from The Guardian and Tech Times confirms that the anti-AI backlash has officially spilled over into the physical world in Virginia. Protesters didn't just target your traditional passive CCTV cameras that record video to a dusty hard drive. No, they targeted agentic edge devices. We're talking about automated flock cameras, which use local computer vision to actually track faces and license plates, cross-referencing that data with municipal and federal databases in real time.
According to these confirmed reports, protesters physically dismantled and smashed this hardware. This wasn't just, a bit of spray paint on a camera lens. It was the kinetic, physical destruction of the nodes of a surveillance network. The sociological driver behind this action is a really intense pushback against unconsented biometric tracking. For these groups, it represents a hardline defense of fundamental anonymity in public spaces.
So, what's the big takeaway here? Well, for hardware founders, robotics companies, and municipalities, this event is a massive flashing warning sign. You simply cannot quietly deploy agentic AI into the physical world without public consent and expect zero friction. If your infrastructure is perceived by the public as an invasive panopticon, it is going to face physical resistance. Municipalities are now going to be forced to deeply consider physically hardened infrastructure and totally transparent consent protocols.
Transitioning over to digital infrastructure, software developers are facing an absolute scramble right now. Based on official Google deprecation notices tracked by Kingy.ai, 3 specific Imagen 4 API models are being permanently shut down. The final notice was actually reissued just a few hours ago. So right now, as we speak, we are in a frantic emergency developer migration window. Because at midnight on August 17th, which is tomorrow, those Imagen 4 endpoints are going to start throwing 404 errors. If your application relies on them, it will break. Full stop.
Now you might be wondering why this sudden sunset? Well, it perfectly illustrates the blistering, totally unstable pace of AI development right now. Google is aggressively deprecating older models to force developers onto newer, more highly optimized and heavily guardrailed multimodal pipelines. These AI labs are iterating so incredibly fast that they're breaking their own APIs in a matter of months, rather than the multi-year support cycles we all got used to in traditional software. If you are impacted by this, here is your actionable 4-step emergency migration guide based strictly on today's technical documentation. Step 1. Audit your codebase immediately for those specific deprecated Imagen 4 IDs. Step 2. Migrate your routing to Imagen 3, or use the native image generation in Gemini 3.7 Flash. Step 3. Update your system prompts. This is crucial because newer models have entirely different safety filters and prompt adherence constraints. And Step 4. Implement multi-provider fallbacks. Seriously, never hardcode a single model ID again. So, what does this three-pronged fragmentation actually mean for the tech industry moving forward? Here are the confirmed, actionable takeaways you absolutely need to internalize. For enterprise leaders and CTOs, you must map your AI dependencies today. You need to understand if your international deployments are at risk of violating these new Pax Silica mandates. For hardware founders, you have to start designing for physical hostility and prioritize clear, transparent public consent. And for developers, you have got to build abstraction layers so you can swap out deprecated models instantly without bringing down your entire app.
We've seen the hard evidence today. The internet is undeniably fracturing, globally, physically, and digitally, right in front of us. So I'll leave you with this thought. As you look at your own organization, which of these three massive shifts, the geopolitical ultimata, the physical backlash on the streets, or the blistering API deprecations, will impact your stack the most? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Here at TrendGuards, we prioritize clarity and trust above all else, and we really hope this authoritative look at today's landscape helps you build more resiliently for tomorrow.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. See you in the next video.